What is going on, everybody? It's the Frost. We're back again with another Illustrious Divine Champion live stream review reaction with Khione's Frostbite in Divine Champions. 9-minute, 10-minute video. Let's see what's going on here. Make sure this volume's up all the way.
The time has come to uncover the snowy forces of the Khione starter deck and learn all about her wicked Frostbite in Divine Champions live stream.
I like we getting these deck profiles now.
Khione is known as the Goddess of Snow and represents the Frost element and is one of our 2 returning Divines in livestream that is getting a feature showcase in our...
I think we should have did both of them, but he's probably gonna double end it where you have Dionysus at the start and Aphrodite at the end with 2 others in between.
Our starter decks. In today's video, we're going to be revealing all of the cards in the Khione starter deck and reveal a handful of new cards that have never been seen before, including new champions and one of the most powerful support runes Khione could have asked for. Up first, the Frost Divine Khione. When you cast Khione, you can enchant multiple Frost Spirits to it, and then disenchant Frost Spirits from Khione to return a 1-Spirit Frost Celestial from your Underworld to your hand. This ensures that you're never truly running out of Celestials throughout a clash, and you're able to take advantage of once those Celestials hit the Underworld. There's a handful of synergistic cards that are going to be paired with Khione as her champions for this set. Up first, we've got Abominursa, a brand new Ursa Celestial with 4 attack and 1 defense that says when it destroys another Celestial in battle, you can Nexus a spirit from your Khione to the Abominursa,
cool.
and then special ascend it into a Glaciursa from your hand or deck.
And because you're still in battle phase, you get to go from, so basically, if you have this Abominursa on the field, you get to go through this entire sequence. You eliminated, if say like your opponent had 1 Celestial on their side of the field, and you were able to eliminate it, then you bring out the Glaciursa, and you get to attack your opponent with 3 damage, unless your opponent has a way to prevent you from doing that. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to have that. Unless, and this is where Helios Chariot Ride would come in major handy. On a turn like this, calls for like a Helios Chariot Ride type of turn, where you play Helios when you start your turn, preventing your opponent from doing any kind of counter ruin attack to you, like any kind of counter ruin to you, or any ruin at all on your turn. Yeah, destroy something with the Abominursa, Nexus up, get up to the Glaciursa, and then hit for 3 damage. That could be scary.
This means you can retrieve the old Glaciursa from Frostfall, or grab the new champion of Khione Glaciursa to deal massive amounts of damage to your opponents. The new Glaciursa hits the field with 13 attack and 4 defense,
That's a lot of damage.
And it states that when it destroys an Celestial in battle, they must also expend a spirit equal to the number of spirits enchanting each Khione on your field.
So basically, this is also double. This is like if you have double Khione and they both have 2, that's 4 damage. Obviously, if you have 2 Khiones out there and somehow have max amount of spirits, that could be up to 8 damage if you have 2 Khiones. If you have 3, that's 12 damage right there. If you have 12 of your Frost Spirits with 3 Khiones in the back, and you somehow get this Glaciursa up there without the if you don't turbo it out and you just like get it up normally, my God, they could be in trouble big time. That would be over half the spirit deck in one go if you were to be a mad person and have 3 Khiones up on the field, which no one's ever going to do that, but 3 Khiones up on the field, and it can obviously be from 1 to 12. That would be crazy if you make like, oh yeah, I just went a Celestial on the other side of the field. I have 3 Khiones with 4 spirits each, 12 damage.
Meaning that you can use this Abominursa as a turbo engine to not only destroy something, but then Glaciursa out and deal even...
Dude, Glaciursa, like, you bring out the Abominursa and had Divine, and like, you Nexus up, well, you can't Nexus up, but like, you put the Khione on the field, you have the Abominursa on the field, you play Divine Healing, get those extra spirits back, and then pull it up to Abominursa and Glaciursa, and they happen to have something on the side of the field. That's going to be a lot of damage going off against them.
Even more damage to your opponent, and then they're forced to deal with a massive threat. Ursko, champion of Khione, is also returning from Firestorm into this starter deck, as well as a brand new Ursa Celestial and one of the most important glue pieces to Khione's package.
When my team
Ursicle, champion of
Ursicle, look at me,
Khione.
so happy.
This Ursicle is a 3 attacker with 4 defense that states when you cast
Look
this
at them
Ursicle,
claws.
you can search your deck for a Khione or a Khione's Frostbite.
Is that an icicle? Is that an icicle with a tail? That's so goofy. That's probably ice enclosing his tail.
And add it to your hand. This means that you have easy access to your Khione throughout the clash, and you also have access to.
I know Dan is putting out all these. He wants every. He doesn't want you to have to rely on an Elichick. They did ban regular Elichick, so or Plucky eventually too will be banned just because there's going to be no use for it eventually to go out there and say, well, I want to go get my Divine instead of having to play a Plucky. Let me just get, like, especially if you're like in the Frost element, let me just get an Ursicle champion of Khione, and you get your Khione there. So I see what they're doing with that. It's going to be very interesting to see what the new Frost. I want to know who's going to be the Frost counterpart. Is a good question.
One of the strongest supporting cards in the game, Khione's Frostbite, which is going to ensure that you're able to win combat at a higher pace. With all that said, it's time to break down Khione's signature rune, Khione's Frostbite.
Ooh.
This is a brand new counter rune that only costs 1 frost, and it says that this can only be
Counter runes that cost 1 frost are diabolical.
played if Khione is enchanted or a Khione is in your underworld, further extending the applications of this card effect. You can target a Frost Celestial until the next turn, give it +2 attack, and an additional +1 attack for each Frost rune in your underworld. This becomes...
Oh my goodness, man. So, you're somebody who's played Cryoblast. You played a Cryoblast, you played yourself Hibernation, or you played yourself a couple Blizzards. This definitely feels like this could be very, like, this could be and obviously Khione counts as well. So, like, you're getting those, like, if Khione's in the underworld type of things here, this could be an issue for sure. Obviously, anybody who plays a card like this, your opponent's probably going to have a Gorgon's Gaze, probably going to have a PTK to prevent your opponent, the Celestial from really doing anything. So it does, on paper, it seems like a really powerful card, but I can see so many ways that this is going to be ineffective for the most part. All you need is a Gorgon's Gaze, and it doesn't matter.
An incredibly powerful counter rune tool as a battle trick as we move to the battle fades in the mid to late stages of the clashes. Getting a +2 buff is huge in its own, but being able to add an additional...
Oh yeah, this is definitely a late game. You're not going to use this counter rune at the beginning of the game. You're not gonna be like turn 2 when you're going, oh, I got Khione's Frostbite. No. This is gonna be like if you're on a 7, a 5 or 6, 7 turn clash where it's down to the final few spirits, and this is gonna help you turn the battle to your side.
Additional +1 for each Froster in the Underworld has insane potential for Frost decks, especially with their added support with new cards like Blizzard. We're gonna talk about that here in a little bit. Very, very strong counter rune for the Khione suite. So now you have the consistency with the Ursicle being able to search these 2 cards, and you've got a really cool strategy that revolves around the Ursa Alestrals and a handful of other champion cards we're going to talk about next. Infrostix, champion of Khione, hits the field with 3 attack and 5 defense, one of the strongest stat lines we've released. When a Frost Celestial is returned from your underworld to your hand with your Khione's effect, you can special cast that Alestral with a Frost Spirit. That means that anytime you're returning...
Wow, and Frostix actually gets to be put on the field instead of just dumped to the underworld early.
Things with...
Like, every time it's in your hand, people just Frostix to the underworld, because who's playing Frostix? Like original base set of Frostix, who's going to be playing that other than just throw it in the underworld so you can get a little extra out?
Khione, you're actually just special casting them to the field, becoming one of the strongest value engines in the game, generating additional Alestrals on field and even more board presence.
I mean, it is a 5. But it is a 5 defense, so getting off the field is going to be difficult for 95% of the game, for sure. Obviously, if your opponent has a 2 cost more times than not, it's going to be 6 or more, and it's going to be able to get that Frostix off the field. But if it's just battle of 1 cost, it's a 5. So there are very few Alestrals without some buff that's going to be able to take out this 5 defense. The 5 defense I wonder going into making the Electrals TCG, like, did he even think about like 5 being the stat line, the stat line for defense that's going to be like carry majority of his cards and majority of the decks? Like, if you don't have a 5 or 2 or 3 in your deck, what are you doing?
You can pair that up with the brand new Morlith Champion of Khione, which is a 5 attack.
Ooh, look at that Morlith. It looks like it's getting ready to blast some frost on there. It's a 5/3 attack.
With 3 defense. This card can be normal cast out if your Khione is enchanted, making it so you can access this 2-cost Celestial very easily. When you activate,
I fully expect any of the champion lists to just be like you can cast these out when the divine is enchanted on the field. It's not going to be any other goofy or any other like condition for them to be put out.
Activate your Khione's effect, you can search your deck for a 1 Spirit Frost Celestial and send it to the Underworld. That means that you can utilize this in tandem with Khione to send any Celestial that's a 1-cost to your Underworld, and then Khione's effect will immediately be able to add it to your hand. This becomes kind of like a Narpoon on steroids in the context of a Khione deck. A lot of very cool implications here with the new Morlith. You are already familiar with one of the strongest Frost cards we debuted in Firestorm, Brumelink's Champion of Khione, with the flexibility to search both Blizzard and of course Mountains of Boreas to establish various strategies. Blizzard has proven to be a very powerful card, removing opponents' runes, but now Brumelinks will have even more flexibility as it can search out the powerful Blizzard Whiteout, a brand new counter rune for Frost Celestrals to take advantage of a very strategic set of plays. This new counter rune states that it can only be played when your opponent activates effect that targets one of your Frost Enchanted Celestrals.
They said effect, so that could also mean an Elestrals card effect that can
negate that effect. That Celestial cannot be attacked this turn. So let's say your opponent goes to Earthquake you. Nope, you can negate the Earthquake, and then you can't be attacked for the rest of the turn on the Celestial that was targeted.
So basically, if I was to do Crack Kid, and I put in, you have 2 Electros on the field, I drop down the Crack Kid, it said your 2 costs over there, I'm going to prevent it from being able to do anything while this Crack Kid is on the field, and you go, nope, white out, can't attack that one, oh great.
You can do this against Gorgon's Gaze and a handful of other effects. Absolutely nuts. This counts for rune effects and Celestial effects, and is going to provide incredible protection for your Frost Celestrals. This is another step forward to us enhancing our counter rune suite and providing additional.
It's another counter. It's a counter rune that, that's 1 cost. 1 cost counter runes again are diabolical. They should be 2 costs easily because they are so powerful.
Tools for various decks.
Can you imagine if Poison Tipped Arrow or GG was 1 cost? Wait, no, aren't they? No, they're 2 costs. Yeah.
To access outside of our normal Omni counter runes that have been so prevalent in the game.
Dan is trying 100% to eventually ban every single Omni count and every Omni rune out there. So one of these days you're gonna come into one of these banned and limited lists, and like, I don't know how he's gonna do it, but Ambrosia is gonna be banned eventually. Shield of Achilles is gonna be banned. Poison Tipped Arrow is gonna be banned. All of the Omni runes eventually are going to be banned. He has made it clear as day that he does not want in the near future, any and all Omnis will be banned. He did say he doesn't want to ban them outright. He's gonna go from he's gonna limit it to 1, and then he's gonna ban to 2, then to 1, and then he's gonna outright ban them. Not gonna say it's gonna be in the next 2 or 3 ban lists, but eventually we're gonna get to a point where Shield of Achilles will be banned. Poison Tipped Arrow will be banned. Resting on Your Laurels will be banned completely. And Ambrosia is going to be banned. And once Ambrosia is banned, this game is dead. Plain and simple.
Excited for the implication.
And again, I've said it before on the Discord. There is nothing wrong with having a couple runes and like a couple Omni runes that can be put into every single deck. There is no issue with that because it makes the decks more flexible. If you're pigeonholing everybody and to say, oh, you want to run Frost, you have to run these cards here only. You want to run Fire, here's the cards you can run here only. Frost is going to destroy Fire because Frost has better counter runes and better support runes than Fire does. Earth's going to destroy Frost because it has better runes than Frost does. oh, thunder's gonna destroy water because water has tsunami and that's it, and everything else is terrible. Just throwing it out there. I'm not saying that's true or anything, but his eventual goal is to make sure that all the Omni ruins are going to end up on that ban list, and I think that is a massive mistake.
Of Blizzard Whiteout as we continue to explore and expand on strategies in the counter rune department for various archetypes. As always with Alestrals, we make some of our best cards available through our starter decks, and that does not change here with the Khione starter deck. Ice Age is coming to this starter deck as a new 3-cost invoke rune that allows you to board wipe your opponent if they do not have any.
Yeah, but that's a really risky one because it is 3 cost. Yeah.
Frost Spirits on their Alestrals, a very powerful removal card that'll go very nicely alongside the Cryoblast and other tools in the deck like Frostbite to ensure that you're winning combat. From there, we've got some familiar friends coming to the deck. Narpoon, Champion of Khione, alongside her Whale Lance, being able to deal massive amounts of damage, nexusing those spirits into your Alestral row. We've got the OG Whale Lance, which works even better as new title cards get introduced and the prevalence of the same name cards exists across decks. Narpoon as a reliable Frost Searcher, Catarant as a reliable healer, and of course Infrostix coming to the deck as well. A very powerful card that's going to give you the opportunity to special cast out Alestrals from your underworld as well. From there, we've got the rune suite of this starter deck. Obviously, I mentioned Ice Age, and I mentioned Blizzard Whiteout and all of those tools, but we're also going to be introducing Scepter of Khione, Mountains of Boreas, additional support there for Khione, Ambrosia, Gorgon's Gaze, Pandora's Box, Shield of Achilles, and Spoiled Fruit, receiving a very well-deserved reprint here.
I don't know. I don't see too many people playing Spoiled Fruit. I always as soon as Spoiled Fruit was revealed back in, what was it? Moonrise, right? Moonrise? Everyone was talking down how this was just a wasteful card. Why would anyone play Spoiled Fruit? I mean, obviously, with healers, with those heal stall decks, this would be a perfect card to play with, but nobody seems to play with Spoiled Fruit.
In the starter deck, a lot of great staple cards intertwined within this deck is going to make your play experience as a new player or a veteran player even better. And don't forget, this is Alestrals, baby, so you already know we've got stellar rares.
Hey.
In these starter decks as well, there is going to be a brand new Reverse Stellar rare, Reverse Stellar Khione's Frostbite.
Oh, that's not
This
surprising.
is a must-have rune for anyone who's running Frost and Khione, or
like,
if you're
obvious.
an Ursa fan, the art looks really sick. You don't want to miss out on that. Reverse Stellars have an incredible pull chance in these starter decks and a great way to elevate your experience, as you not only get the chance at that, but you have 3 booster packs to open too, which also have stellar chances in them. And lastly, of course, we've got the serialized X out of 99 Stellar Ursicle, Champion of Khione.
Wow. Look at those. It's got his Wolverine claws out. Frost-looking Wolverine claws. Those look awesome. The Stellar looks, I don't know what to say, but stellar. That is an awesome-looking Alestral right there. Is that purple or blue? I don't know, but this looks really good. Obviously, I like seeing the Stellars, when I was doing my battle videos and everything, and I pretty much I like taking the card the Alestral art themselves when they before they put on this thing and see what they look like there, because they look so much better. But this is a great looking card right here.
So you have 99 of these starter decks spread out throughout the world that are going to contain this incredible Ursicle Stellar, and this card is essential for the Khione strategy. I know I want to bling out my Khione deck. This is one you're definitely going to want to grab as well. So a lot of very awesome stuff going on with these incredible stellar rares here in the Khione starter deck. For just 25 bucks, you're getting a comprehensive starter deck with 60 amazing cards, tons of staples, a great strategy, and don't forget those 3 booster packs that are coming alongside it. There's an opportunity to pull stellar rares, full arts, and much more, especially with our increased pull rates in Livestream. And I want to shout out one of our brand new textured full arts coming to the set that is pullable in these booster packs is none other than the full art, alt art, textured Glaciersa Champion of Khione, one of the sickest arts we've ever done.
So yeah, what's textured about this is my question. I want to definitely see what these look like in if someone shows them off, Dan will probably show off some. In this, is it gonna be you can feel I have no idea what textured means at all. And someone tried to show a Yu-Gi-Oh card and showing a textured version of that, but it's like that was not a full art. That was a normal art. So it's probably a little bit easier to tell. He's doing these textured on full arts. No one showed off a full art texture, so I have no idea.
Don't you go venturing out into the Celestial Wilds, because this Glaciersa is going to maul you. There's no doubt about it. Make sure you guys throw down for that. An epic experience. The Khione starter deck is top notch. And with that, we are concluding today's...
I like these boxes. I really do. They look so good. I wonder if behind that little flap there's a piece of Velcro, like a Velcro thing to keep it closed. I mean, these boxes are not bad. They weren't bad, but those just looks like quality-wise just looks so much more top-notch. Like, I don't have that. I don't have one of those in my hand or anything, but I guarantee you, if you had one of those in one hand and this in another hand, they would just the quality would be night and day. Like these just look good. These look like you would just put them in your pocket, pull them out, and then be able to just go pop, and there you go. But yeah, that is going to be your Celestials live stream Divine Champions live stream. Khione's Frostbite and the Khione starter deck. Honestly, I wish we could retroactively go back and with these starter deck boxes here and stuff, and get a redo on Firestorm and get these instead of the double packs that we got before, because these look good. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. I will see you guys for the next reveal when the next day or so, because we still have Artemis and we still have Aphrodite. Can't wait to see what we got there. Until then, my name is Franz, and I'll see you guys later.